Hello and welcome, business owners, concerned citizens, the paranoid, and the admittedly naive. My name is Ross Decker. I'm the CEO here at Real Cyber, and as always, I want to thank you for clicking on and listening to this segment of Words of Wisdom with me. So we've got a quick one to check out today. I was kind of concerned when I read the headline on this article, and not in small part because this is pretty close to home for us here in our generalized line of business dealing with patient information. So I'll hit the highlights for you real quick, and then we'll get into my thoughts on it. So this is an arrest that was made, and it relates to data that was stolen from an online mental health service. So a lot of these emerging apps or portals that have kind of come out since COVID shifted the landscape of mental health, and then people left the office, and there's a lot of work from home and a lot of travel going on. So I think that the merger of technology and mental health to offer services like these that are digitized and a little more flexible, I think it's a net positive. But this story kind of highlights some of the inherent risk when we merge technology with new spaces. So this threat actor unfortunately breached the database, more than 20,000 patient records at risk, and kind of threatened the company with releasing information on the dark web, basically until they met with a ransom. The arrest was effected, and I just wanted to kind of follow up with my thoughts as I read articles like this on a consistent basis. So one of the things that strikes me as I see stories like this is how would I feel if I'm a patient of record utilizing this service, right? And I think as consumers, one of the things that we assume when we interact with professional organizations is that organization and the people that are taking care of us there, right, regardless of capacity, are professionals, right? They're pros. They know everything they're supposed to know, and they're doing everything they are supposed to do. Now, what am I talking about, right? Now, delivery of the service that we're there to receive is kind of a foregone conclusion, right? If you went to the doctor and you can't get a prescription, or maybe you've got an injury and you've been 5 times and you've still got the same injury, it's kind of obvious that you find another provider. But what we're obviously talking about here is, are they taking care of my information, right? I'm sitting in the lobby and I'm filling out new patient paperwork and I'm handing it over, or maybe I'm on a tablet. I'm assuming, even me, I'm speaking candidly here, I'm assuming that what is being done with that information is all exactly as it should be according to the latest compliance standards and security necessities. That's the assumption, right? Especially the larger and more robust the entity appears to be, right? So if I'm at a hospital, or if we're at a clinic when we're traveling, pediatrics with my kids, that's just the assumption. And I think all of us as patients or consumers or clients, I think we all feel that way, right? So one of the conversations that I have with business owners, especially over the last 18 months, is how often do we think about the fact that that is the assumption of our client base? And do we take that assumption to heart? Do we take that trust as a sacred duty, right? So I encourage business owners to deeply consider this thought. Your clients are trusting you with their information. That trust is implicit, and my belief is that we are duty bound to honor that trust. So if we're operating in a vertical that is regulated and compliance is mandated, then the other point of consideration is not only should it be considered a sacred duty, but also it may be creating a liability for you if it's not something that you are very carefully considering, right? So in 2024 and beyond, it is no longer acceptable to say, I didn't know, right? It's okay if you don't know how to protect your data. It's not okay to do nothing with that ignorance, right? Your clients come to you by and large because you have a specialty service to offer, right? You can help them with something that they cannot help themselves with. And in that same spirit, if you are ignorant to what is required or necessary to comply with today's standards and apply the appropriate security to your patient information, then do the exact same thing that your patients do when they come to you and reach out to a professional to handle that for you, right? Just like your patients are trusting you, trust someone to take care of it. So don't allow yourself the excuse anymore that, well, I didn't know, or well, I'm not sure, or well, it's it's not a top priority right now. It is a top priority. It is a top priority. So as you've heard me say 100 times, harden the target, stay vigilant out there, and wherever you are today listening to this, I hope that you're having a fantastic day. Thank you so much.